Hello, welcome back to Whisky Wednesday, but it's not a Wednesday, and that's because I've been very, very fortunate. A good friend of mine, Kevin Crook, has lent me his bottle of Ardbeg Auriverdes, or Auriverdes, not really sure how you say it. Brand spanking new release. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to post a video spontaneously midweek. Well, it's always midweek, it's Wednesday, but this is a Tuesday whiskey video review. So this is brand new, came out on the 31st of May to celebrate Ardbeg Day. And look, it's not even opened yet. It's to celebrate the Brazilian World Cup. Let's get it open. And this is my first review of a whiskey where I haven't tried the whiskey beforehand. It's bottled at 49.9% cask strength. It's non-chill filter. Make sure the cork is okay. There you go. And natural colour, of course, all Ardbegs are. Pour a little dram out. And they've basically used casks that have heavily toasted lids on the actual casks. So that'll give different flavours to what a normal cask would have, where it might be all toasted or all charred. This has got heavily toasted cask lids. I'm just going to move the bottle to there. I'm also filming this in my friend Matt's flat, so thank you to Matt, it's just over there, for letting me review his flat. So yes, 49.9%, never ever tried this whiskey before, it's just come out. I might be the first video reviewer on YouTube to review this, so thank you so much to Kevin for giving me the bottle to review. Obviously, you will have it back in one piece. Colour-wise, kind of like a straw gold, I'd say. Pour myself 15ml there, and let's get to it. Now on the nose, immediately you get the kind of Ardbeg peat, as you'd expect. So I get kind of a seaweed note. It's got a sweetness to it from that kind of ex-bourbon maturation. Bit of kind of vanilla. Almost reminds me of milk bottles, the kind of milk bottle sweets that you have. But obviously kind of the pepper, the peat. Obviously it doesn't have an age statement, like most of Ardbeg's releases. The 10-year-old is the only one that has an age statement, other than their elusive 17-year-old, which is really expensive and really hard to get hold of. And that's another thing that actually makes me it makes me laugh about Ardbeg, because there's a lot of whiskey fans out there, and whiskey enthusiasts and whiskey critics that have really been bashing no age statement releases. But then Ardbeg is a huge favourite amongst whiskey aficionados, and they don't seem to really mind that Ardbegs don't have an age statement. So this could be a 3-year-old whiskey for all I know. I mean, it's not, because it definitely smells more developed, but it has got a youth to it. But I think my point was that, Ardbeg is so praised, but most of their whiskies don't have age statements. Anyway, back to the nose. Sorry, digression there. Maybe a bit of kind of almost stale coffee in a good way. And some of the tasting notes that I've kind of seen about online have kind of talked about mocha, and the idea is the kind of the toasted cask lids give a kind of a mocha flavour. So I do actually get that. I don't know if I need to warm it up a little bit. It's a good thing about these little kind of stem glasses, you can warm it up. What else? Maybe a bit of pepper. Bit of cigar smoke, bit of kind of stale ash, stale kind of cigarette ash. All the kind of things you kind of expect from an Ardbeg, but with that kind of added sweetness. I'd definitely say the ex-bourbon casks kind of come through with that added vanilla, kind of milky, slightly kind of toffeed sweetness. Right, let's give it a taste. I'm sure it'll open up. Now, the first thing I notice is that it tastes quite tame compared to other Ardbegs, compared to like the Uigeadail, compared to the Cave Reckon. I mean, even compared to the 10-year-old, it doesn't have that big, kind of really big Ardbeg hit that you'd expect. It's a little bit more, it's a little easier, it's a little lighter to drink. You know, it's 49.9%, so it is cask strength. But, I mean, I could probably pass off around 46. Taste-wise, I'm getting that kind of seaweed again, and that's for me is really prominent with this kind of seaweed, kelp. Let's give it another taste. Okay, the smell's opening up a little bit more. A little bit of tar. Okay, one more taste. I don't know, again, I don't know if it's just because I've only just opened the bottle. Some whiskies definitely benefit from a little bit of oxidisation when you've opened it, but it does taste a bit closed. It doesn't have that kind of big, peaty flavour that I'd kind of associate with all the other Ardbegs that I've tried. You know, don't get me wrong, it's nice, kind of flavour-wise. I'm getting, again, that coffee does come through, so they are right. It does have that kind of coffee note. There's a little bit of brown sugar, the kind of dark brown muscovado sugar, which is a note that I do use a lot, but I get it on this. As I said before, it has got that kind of sweetness, so it does remind me of the dark brown sugar. Little bit of that kind of spicy oak, so I am getting that kind of char that comes through and makes you kind of your mouth tingle, especially kind of around here and around here. But on the rest of the palate, it kind of falls a little bit flat, if I'm being completely honest. I'll give it one more try, tell you about the finish. Okay, on the third taste, obviously my palate's becoming accustomed to it. I'm getting a little bit more fruit now, so I'm getting that classic kind of lemon bonbon, lemon sherbet note that Ardbeg does have. Getting a little bit of citrus, kind of orange oil, a little bit of kind of green Granny Smith apples, kind of really, really tart. The finish is quite drying, but it's not particularly long, in all honesty. It's an enjoyable dram, completely limited release. It's £80 a bottle, sold out instantly. It goes on sale in kind of, you know, on mainline retailing, and I think on about June the 20th. But score-wise, in all honesty, it's not the best Ardbeg I've had by a long way. It's nice, it's pleasant. For me, it gets a 7 out of 10, in all honesty. When I compare it to the Ardbeg 10 that you can get, you know, week on week on week in all your good whiskey shops, compared to the Uigeadail, which is a stunning whiskey, which is a solid 10 out of 10, it just doesn't live up to the Ardbeg that I'm used to. So 7 out of 10, I'm afraid. If you guys have tried it yet, which I'm sure some of you have, please leave me a comment in the old box below. Let me know on Twitter what you think, and on Facebook. I'll be obviously posting this video on all those social media platforms. But yeah, 7 out of 10 for the Ardbeg Auriverdes. I mean, looking at the kind of tasting notes on the actual box itself, you've got taste coffee grounds past smoked root vegetables, while maple cured bacon collides with hot smoked salmon. And being honest, I don't know if I got that. I got the coffee, obviously, but I don't know if I got anything else. And normally the taste notes that are on the official box are normally a really good, you know, guide, but it's left me feeling a little bit disappointed, in all honesty. You know, it's still a good whiskey. It's still 7 out of 10. But yeah, let me know what you think, guys. Please share the video, and I will see you on Wednesday. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.